Harvey Weinstein has a conviction overturned. Okay, so I am not in favor of this guy not being found guilty of these crimes that they're saying that he's found guilty of, right? But you're just gonna have to listen to the video. At this point, the Democrats have screwed us.
Big money in this bitch, multiplier. Eateries in a limo, Uber driver. Record a life like a demo. I know they watching. In the end, I'm a lifter, suicidal.
BBN Jack Frost. What up, party people? Alright, so yeah. Harvey Weinstein has been unconvicted of one of his crimes. Okay. So basically it was overturned. And there's something that I have to say, right? Because I think that this is much deeper than Harvey Weinstein. I think the issue or the problem here is much, much deeper than Harvey Weinstein. So before we get into any of this, I do believe that anyone that was doing what Harvey Weinstein was doing should definitely be imprisoned. I'm going to say this again. I do believe anybody that was doing what Harvey Weinstein was convicted of doing should be imprisoned. I don't care if you're 100. I don't care if you're 1,000 years old. I don't care if you're 13. If you were doing these crimes, you need to be convicted and you need to be removed from society. Real quick, for everybody that want to know what Harvey Weinstein has been accused of. Okay, so basically, he was raping women. He was basically letting women know, in order for them to advance in their occupation, in the world that he was controlling, because he was one of the highest, if not the highest person in Hollywood, then you had to do things with him sexually, whether you wanted to or whether you didn't. Now, with that being said, I am 100% sure that there are females who are saying they don't care who they gotta bang to get that job. Just like I'm pretty sure that there's men that don't care who they gotta bang to get that job. Diddy was out there doing his thing too, y'all. So I want to be clear on something. I am not an advocate for this man being free on the streets and not being held to the crimes that he was doing. But when I explained to you why his conviction was overturned, it was actually overturned for a good reason. Now, you're going to have advocates out there, or alleged advocates out there, that say that they speak for the people, but they don't speak for the people. Because if they were speaking for the people, they wouldn't want someone to be held in jail for the reason why Harvey Weinstein was convicted. Or they wouldn't want some of these things to happen during the trial why Harvey Weinstein was convicted. So basically what they're saying is, there were people that were allowed to get onto the stand and testify about crimes that had nothing to do with these crimes that he was accused of. Point being, that's called prejudicing the jury. So you can't put prejudicial testimony into the jury's ears. Meaning, let's say you have a guy. He was convicted of a whole lot of crimes that have nothing to do with the crime that we're currently holding them accountable for. You're not allowed to get on the stand and talk about these other crimes. The prosecution is not allowed to bring all of these crimes that have nothing to do with the present crime into the trial. That's basically what happened in Harvey Weinstein's situation. They allowed for people to take the stand and testify to things that he was not on trial for. You're not allowed to do that. Now, the fact that they did that, now it was overturned. So don't be surprised if there's more convictions that get overturned. And also, why I think that this is happening right now and why it's really, really going to be even more important if you're paying attention. What do you think is going to happen when Trump goes on trial for all of the things that he has to go on trial for? The Democrats, as we already know, most of the time that they're talking about Trump, they're talking about Trump from a place of emotion. They're not talking about Trump from a place of logistics, things that have actually happened. They talk about, he's going to do this and he's going to do that. Or his supporters do this, his supporters do that. That is not a reason to convict a man for a thing. Now, with that being said, Harvey Weinstein, when he was on trial, there were people that were getting on the stand and they were talking about crimes, or they were talking about allegations, or they were talking about things that had nothing to do with the present case that he was involved in. That prejudice, that made the jury prejudice against him. This is why it's being overturned. I saw an advocate, I'm not going to say who it was, but I saw an advocate talking about, this happened to him because he's white. Do you not forget there's a guy called Bill Cosby? Y'all guys just talk. Y'all make everything about race. Not everything is about race, fam. So I'm not going to call the advocate out. It is what it is. But not everything is about race. Sometimes things are about right and wrong. This man, having done these things, you should have been able to convict him on the merit of his crime. You're not allowed to prejudice the jury. You're not allowed. Now, at the same exact time, this black activist, now you let somebody do that to a black person, he's going to be jumping up and down on the other side of the damn fence, talking about how that's racist. But when it happened to Harvey Weinstein, it was okay. Why? Because Harvey Weinstein is white. So it's okay if we ignore the law. How do you think white people that have your same position, Mr. Advocate, feel when there's black people on trial? And then when they have that same energy that you have for a white person, for a black person, you call them racist. So what are we to call you? You are allowed to want more for your people, but not everything is race. This is about protecting women. This is also about protecting men. Because like I've said before, I think the Me Too movement went too far. But we had to overcorrect. Now let's get back to a normal, fair spot. Because it was terrible. And we had to overcorrect so we could save some of these women, save some of these children, and damn it, save some of these men. But now we've overcorrected long enough, and it's time to get back on track. His conviction was overturned. Let's see how we can get a solid conviction this time without the help of evidence that should not be entered into the trial. It should not be that hard. With that being said, drop a comment down in the comment section. No, we don't want Harvey Weinstein free. If anybody writes that in the chat, they're a complete idiot. No, we don't want that guy free. Yes, I do believe the people that said that the things that happened to them. And I also believe that some of the people were 100% with it. Because guess what? That's how they believe that Hollywood works. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.